All right, so if you're seeing my screen, you see there's 4 questions that we're going to work through
Mm-hmm.
today, and there's 4 methods. Have you read this? Can you tell me the 4 methods that you see? It's at the top of the page there on your side.
Yeah, I know.
Can you give me one of them?
X2 plus 4x minus 6 equals 6.
No, the methods. It's if you look at your instructions, it says solve using each method once, and then there's the methods next to it. Can you just read those to me? The first one, extract.
Okay, extract the root, common factoring, guess and check factoring, clear fractions.
Great. Okay, so do you want to do these? Let's do these kind of in a certain order here. Let's talk about clear fractions.
Mm-hmm.
This method you would use when there are fractions. Okay,
Mm-hmm.
so out of these, number 1, number 2, number 3, number 4, which one has fractions?
Which one has fractions?
Yes, out of these 4. Like when you look at x squared plus 4x minus 6 equals 6, does this have a fraction?
Okay. It is a clear fraction.
Number 1 is a clear fraction?
No, x2 plus 4x minus 6 equals 6.
Right. Which of these, number 1, number 2, number 3, number 4, would you use clear fractions? Which is the only one that has fractions in it?
2.
2. Okay. So I'm actually gonna move this down for number 2. We're gonna do that for number 2. Okay. All right. So you use that method when there are obviously fractions. Okay. Now,
Yeah.
the next one is kind of weird. Extract the root.
Extract the root.
Yeah. So we already know how to do this one, so we don't have to worry about number 2. Out of these 3 here, okay, look at number 4. Do you notice that number 4 only has an x squared? There's just x squared.
Yeah.
Okay, and there's only one of them. There's only one x or one x term. Whereas like here, number 3 has an x squared and an x, and then this other one has an x squared and an x. So for extract the root, you want something with just an x squared in it. Do you see that? This is the only question, or the only problem. Number 4 is the only problem where you have just an x squared.
Well,
I'm asking you, like, do you see that? Because number 1 has both an x
yeah, I
squared and
can
a
see it. I can
4x.
see it. I can see
Number
it.
3 has an x squared and an 8x, but number 4 just has an x squared. So that is why it's an extract root, because there's just an x squared in it.
Yeah.
Okay. The next one we're going to talk about is called greatest or common factoring, I guess is the way your instructor is doing it. Common factoring. Common
Yeah.
factoring is number 3. And the reason it's number 3 is because there are only terms with x in it.
Okay.
Okay, so see how each of these terms has an x in it?
Yeah.
Okay. When you look at number 1, x squared has an x in it, 4x has an x in it, but minus 6 equals 6 does not have an x in it. When you look at this one on the right, 9x squared has an x in it.
What was that sound?
It's my oven preheated.
Okay. Okay. Anyway, so okay, yeah. So now.
So you use common factoring when there are only terms with x in it.
Yeah.
And that's why
Okay.
number 3 is common factoring, because they both have an x in it. Okay, so the last one is guess and check factoring.
Guess and check factoring.
Guess and check factoring. Maybe. Okay, we'll see. Okay, so out of these 4 methods, which do you think is the easiest, if you have an opinion, or which one do you feel like you know the best out of these 4?
That right there is the common factoring.
You feel like you know number 3 the best, is that right?
Yeah.
Okay, so let's do number 3 first. All right, so number 3, and you're going to want to write everything down like we're filling in. I'm going to snip it in here. Like they don't give you a lot of room, but we're doing this one right here. So you're going to want to try and write down everything that I write down. Okay. Is that okay?
Yeah.
Okay. So first thing you want to do is you want to move all terms to one side of the equation.
Yeah. Okay.
So I'm going to suggest we add 8x to both sides. So this becomes minus x squared plus 8x equals 0.
Okay. Okay. So, all right. Let me write it down.
So this is the method of GCF, right? We just said that GCF. And
Yeah.
a GCF can be a number, it can be a letter, which is really meanings variable, or it can be both. Okay, so that's minus x plus 8 equals 0.
Yeah.
Now this is the third thing we're doing. We're going to set each factor equal to 0. So you write minus x equals 0, and then x plus 8 equals 0.
Okay.
Let me know when you get caught up to this step, please.
Oh, yeah. I might got down. Okay. All right.
Okay, now on the left here, we have to solve for x. So we're going to divide both sides by minus 1. X equals, what is 0 divided by any number?
0 divided by any number. 0 divided by any number is 0.
Very good. Now, how do you solve this one on the right?
We should multiply.
How do you undo addition by 8?
You undo division. You should undo division by subtraction.
Subtract 8 from both sides. That's right. So x equals minus 8.
Yeah.
All right. Now, do you notice that your instructor wants you to, it says here in the instructions to graph the system. Do you see that? On the, so we're going to have to graph this thing.
Okay. Yeah.
Let me know when you get all this down. You have this down.
Yeah, I'm getting it down. Oh, I can't see. Thank you. Okay, there we go.
Okay,
Okay,
so now we're going to graph the solution. Or we're going to graph, it says to graph the system. So the system, this is a little bit weird, but it's, if you go back and look at the original question, let me go back and grab it actually. What did I do here? Oh, I didn't have it. So the original question is minus x squared equals minus 8x. Do you see that?
yeah, yeah.
Okay. So like, I think what they mean, this is a little weird. They really want you to graph y equals minus x squared and then y equals minus 8x.
Yep.
So they tell you that there's a solution when x equals 0, and then when x equals minus 8. Do you see that? Like from the previous, we did this already, x is 0, x is minus 8. So when you put 0 in for x, what is the output? What is minus 0 squared? If something is unclear, Sourish, please let me know because I can't see you. I don't know if you understand
Okay,
this.
I'm seeing it. I'm just trying to remember because so for that, you should like for that right there, y equals negative x squared, and for y for that is y equals 8.
You're putting 0 in for x. So when x is 0, you're squaring it. It's minus parentheses 0 squared. What is 0 squared and then the negative of it?
0 squared and a negative of it,
Yes,
0.
perfect. Okay, now on the right, it's the same deal here. You got to put negative 8 in for x. So y equals 64.
Y,
I'm sorry, was it 8 or negative 8? It was negative 8. Okay.
okay, and that is 64, and you just divide it.
No, I mean, we have it here.
Okay. Okay.
Um, yeah. Sorry, I'm looking at the graph of this. I don't know, something is not right here.
Okay. Yeah.
Why? I see, there was a mistake here. So it's minus 8 inside parentheses here. And that changes our answer to plus 8.
Yeah.
So the two answers are 0 and 8. So go ahead and make that change on your page, please.
Okay. Yeah.
And then that does change this here.
Okay. I got it down. I got it.
Okay, so the reason, let me just change this is 8, and then this becomes negative 64. So what these points are, these are the two intersection points. And I'm not sure how your instructor expects you to know this, but if you were to graph this, that's no good. If you were to graph this, minus x squared looks like this. And then this minus 8x looks like this.
Yeah.
And so they intersect at 0, 0, but they also intersect at this point 8 comma minus 64.
Okay. Okay. All right. So I have to write a graph down.
Yes.
Okay. Okay.
Let me know when you have this down, please.
Yeah. Okay, there we go.
Okay, now for the method is from what we did earlier. We wrote 1, 2, 3, 4. These are the methods we're going to use for each of the 4 problems. I'm not sure if you wrote that down yet, but you're definitely going to want to get that down for each one. Do you see on the middle of the page there where it says method?
Yeah, so method is number 1. So number 1 is guess and check factoring.
Yes.
Okay. Got it down.
All right, we're going to start on number 2. Number 2 is the next easiest problem to do. It's actually not even related to this. I don't even know why it's here, but the approach we're going to use is called clear the fraction. That's the method. Okay, so we're looking at the 2 fractions. We're looking at 1/3 and -1/4. And when you look at 3 and 4, what is the least common multiple between 3 and 4? And I'm
Okay.
asking you that. What is the least common multiple between 3 and 4?
Least common multiple between 3 and 4.
Yes. If you're not
1.
sure, if you're not sure what a least common multiple is,
The least
please-
common multiple is like a low the number that is multiplied at the same time.
it's a number, yes, but it's not 1. 1 is not correct.
No.
Okay, if you're not sure how to do this, then it's okay to say that.
It's
okay.
12.
It is 12. Okay. So now why does that matter? Well, we multiply both sides of this equation by the least common multiple.
Yeah.
Okay. So let me know when you get that line down, please.
Okay. Okay, there we go.
Okay, now on the left here, and this is very important, there is only one term on the left. Like this thing right here that I'm circling, there is one term. Okay, I know it looks like that there's 2, but terms are differentiated by plus or minus operators. So on the right here, there are 2 terms, but on the left, there's only 1 term. And the reason that matters is you're going to take this 12 and you're going to multiply it by 1/3. You are not going to multiply it by this next thing. You're going to multiply it by 1/3. And the example I often make is 4 times 5 times 6. You multiply 4 times 5. You don't multiply it to both. So here on the left, you're multiplying 12 times 1/3, or what is 1/3 of 12? But it's 12 times 1/3. And can you tell me the answer to that? What is 12 times 1/3? Sourish, do you understand what I'm asking you?
Yeah.
Then what am I? Can you repeat back what I'm asking you?
Yeah. You should write down 12 1/3 and x minus 9. I'll do that. Ow!
I don't think you're paying attention to this lesson. I'm asking you questions that you should know the answer to.
I'm just
I'm
paying attention. I'm just trying to remember.
I don't think you are, because I asked you what is 12 times 1/3 and you said I'm writing
12
this
times
down.
1/3. 12 times 1/3 is 12/3.
That's right. And what does that reduce to?
4.
4. See how quickly you were able to do that?
Yeah.
That's because you were paying attention.
Yeah.
Okay, so there's more here. We have to, on the right hand side, we have to multiply 12 times 5 and then 12 times -1/4. What is 12 times 5?
60.
Very good. What is 12 times -1/4? So it's definitely negative. So what is 12?
-12 4.
Okay, and what is 12 divided by 4?
12 divided by 4. 3.
Good, -3x. Okay, so we're really doing well here. The next step is to take this 4 on, actually go ahead and get this line written down. Let me know when you get caught up.
All right, got it down.
Okay, so then the next thing is, because this 4 is on the outside of the parentheses, you distribute it to both terms. So 4 times x is 4x. What is 4 times 9?
36.
36. All right, so from here, you add 3x to both sides. You already know this. You add 36 to both sides. Okay. So on the left here, what is 4x plus 3x? 4x plus 3x.
Okay, 4x minus 3x.
Plus 3x. 4x plus
7x.
7x equals 60 plus 36 is 96.
Okay.
Now, oddly enough here, this doesn't even work. It doesn't work out nicely, but you divide both sides by 7 and x equals 96 over 7.
Okay. All right.
Okay, so the next part of this problem is to sketch the solution. Okay, so to do that, we have to go back to the original questions. The original question is y equals 1/3 parentheses x minus 9, and then y equals -1/4 x plus 5. Okay, so on the right here, I'm sorry, on the left, we're going to distribute this 1/3 to both. It's 1/3 x minus 9 over 3, which is really 1/3 x minus 3. All right, so now for both of these problems, we're going to graph lines. The slope is the number in front of x, which is 1/3.
Yeah.
The b value is -3. On the right here, the slope is -1/4, and the b value is 5. Okay, so in terms of what you need to graph, all right,
Yep.
here's the first one, up 1/3, so something like that. let's go. Let's B is 5. Wow, these are horrible. That's such a bad graph. So the other one is yeah.
Yeah.
Let me get I'm gonna get a better graph here because I'm not gonna be able to scale it right with this, and it'll just look bad. So y equals minus 1/4 x plus 5. Okay, so get that. I guess it's kind of okay. All right, so let me snip this graph in, and it will be better than this. Let me get rid of this. So you want to sketch this graph on your paper, and then we can move on to the next problem. So this is needed in that bottom box there.
Yeah.
That's this one. This one is minus 1/4 x plus 5.
Okay. All right. Okay. That's
Yep.
very
Do
good.
you have this down for that one? Sourish, do you have this down in that box for the graph?
Yeah, yeah. I need to just write the numbers.
What numbers?
The numbers as you roll. Y equals 1/3, x minus 3.
Oh, okay. The equations. Yes, absolutely.
Okay, there we go.
Great. All right. So we're going to do number 4 next. Let me snip it in here. All right. The fourth one is 9x squared equals 4. And the method we're going to use here is the square root property.
Okay.
You already have that written down.
Yeah, the square root property, it's extracting roots.
Extract the roots. Yes.
Yeah.
It's the same thing. It's an odd way of putting it, but it's exactly right. So your goal here, is to isolate x squared, meaning you want a 1 in front of x squared. You don't want it divided by anything. What is keeping, go ahead and look at this. I'm circling there. What is keeping x squared from being by itself? What is the 9 doing? Is it adding, subtracting, multiplying, or dividing?
Adding.
If it's adding, where's the plus operator?
Okay, it's multiplying. It's multiplying.
multiplying.
I remember that.
Okay, so to undo multiplication, you divide. So you're going to divide, if we have 9x squared equals 4, you divide both sides by 9.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay, on the left, it's x squared equals 4 over 9.
Uh-huh.
Go ahead and write that down. Let me know when you got up to that step, please.
Okay. Got it down.
Okay, now to undo x squared, you use the square root. Okay, so you're going to take the square root of both sides of the equation.
Okay.
Now, when you take a square root, that's what it means by extract the roots.
Okay. All right.
Okay, and then on the right here, you have to take the square root of 4 and the square root of 9 separately.
Okay. Let me quickly write this down.
Okay.
Okay.
So what is the square root of 4? The square root of 4 is a known number.
2,
2. And what about the square root of 9?
3.
Perfect. So your final answer is x equals plus or minus 2/3.
Yep.
Okay, so now we're going to graph this thing.
Okay.
So the first thing we're going to graph is y equals 9x squared. And the next one is y equals 4.
Yeah.
So 9x squared looks like this because it's a quadratic. And then y equals 4 looks like this. And you got 2 places that they intersect.
Okay. Okay.
All right.
Okay.
You got it down? Great. Okay, so let's go to the first question.
Yep.
I'll snip that in. X squared plus 4x minus 6 equals 6. So your goal is generally to get all terms on one side of the equation,
Okay.
and it's usually the left side. And in this case, like you can see, there's 1, 2, 3 terms on the left. Remember, terms are separated by plus or minus, but we need to move this 6 to the other side. How do we move 6 to the other side of the equation? How to move 6 left?
You 6 left, you should subtract.
Exactly. Subtract 6 from both sides of the equation. X squared plus 4x minus 12 equals 0.
Yeah. That's right.
Great. So now let's look at the factors of minus 12. I'm going to write them over here to the left. I'm sorry, on the right. And for example, -1 times 12 works, and 1 times -12 works.
Okay.
Do you see that -1 times 12 gets you back to the -12?
Yeah, yeah. You should it's 2.
What is 2?
6 times 2 equals 12.
That's another one. -2 times 6, and then 2 times -6. And
Yeah.
there's two more. What's the next two?
Yeah, 3 times 4.
-3 times 4 and 3 times -4. So now we
Yeah,
need to,
yeah. And 6 and that's it. Yeah.
so do you know what to put here in these parentheses, or do we need to work these out?
Yeah, I know what to put in parentheses
What
is
goes in parentheses?
-2 and no, 2 and -6.
So let's do this. 2 plus -6 equals -4. What do we want it to equal? We want it to equal +4, but it equals -4. So what about -2 plus 6? What does that equal?
-2 plus 6 is -8.
Your one negative, one positive.
Oh
-2
wait,
plus
-4, -4.
I believe it's +4. -2 plus 6 is +4.
Okay. All right, and that is
So we want the one that adds up to 4. So x minus 2, x plus 6, those work.
Yeah, x minus 2, x plus 6. So now for that, it is this equals 0.
Yes, so you said each of these x minus 2 equals 0 and x plus 6 equals 0.
Yeah. 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 Yeah, Matthew, I picked that. Yeah.
Okay, so can you solve each of these for x and give me the final answers?
Yeah. It's 12.
No, it's not 12. You have two equations. X minus 2 equals 0 and x plus 6 equals 0.
X minus 2 equals 0, x plus 6 equals 0. Okay. Okay. All right, and that is the answer for x minus 2 is -2, and for 6, +6.
So you're adding 2 to both sides, so x equals 2. Subtracting 6 from both sides, so x equals -6.
Yeah.
All right, so the next thing here is a graph.
Yeah, it's a graph.
Let me know when I can when you get this down so we can do the graph of this.
Yeah, I'm ready. Yeah.
All right, great.
Okay, now, okay. So yeah, I'm ready.
All right, so we're graphing y equals x squared. What is it, plus 4x? Go back and look. Plus 4x minus 6, and then y equals 6. Okay, so the first one is a parabola, and then this is a horizontal line, just like we did in a previous problem. The solution here is something like this, like that. So that's like y equals 6. That's y equals x squared plus 4x minus 6. And then you've got these two intersection points.
Yeah, okay.
All right, let's do
Okay, there we go.
Let's do a quick factoring.
Yeah.
Let's go with x squared plus 5x plus 4. Can you factor this for me, please?
Yeah, factoring. Yeah. Okay, so for that, it's 10 and 20.
Well, how can that be? 10 and
4
20,
to 20, 4 divided by 20 is 5. So yeah.
but you're looking for numbers that multiply to 4. So what two numbers multiply to
2
4?
and 1
2 and 2, and then 1 and
and 4.
4.
For
So
5, nothing's divisible by 5. It's just 1 times 5.
but the check here is, what do these add up to? 2 plus 2 adds up to 4. 1 plus 4 adds up to.
Oh, wait a minute. I think I know this. I know this. X plus 1. X plus 1.
You choose.
Oh, X plus 4.
X plus 4. Okay. Now let's assume we set it equal to 0. X plus 1 equals 0. X plus 4 equals 0.
Yeah. And that will make that right there.
Subtract
minus 1 plus 4, that's -1 and 4.
You're subtracting 4 though.
Oh, wait, what? Oh, yeah. Okay, and it's -4. Okay.
All right. Go ahead and let your dad know we're all done for today.
All right, Dad. All right, thank you, Matthew.
You're welcome.
My dad's here. He's just here.
Sure.
Okay.
Hello, hi.
Hey, Dr. Kithari. So we were able to get through the worksheet. Took up most of the time today because we worked through it together, and he got everything copied down. We had good use of the session today. Got a lot covered.
Okay, good. So,
So next week we're on schedule, but I know the following week is spring break.
yeah,
No tutoring, no tutoring except the spring break, Dad.
yeah, but
No tutoring spring break.
no, not next week. It is following week, right? Spring break.
Yeah,
Next.
no tutoring in spring break.
Yeah, I know. That is on 21st. Next week is working day. Okay.
Dr. Kithari, are you available tomorrow or sometime over the weekend for just another conversation about this, about how things are going, just so I can give you some more feedback?
We what?
Yeah,
Why?
sure. Yeah.
Nothing bad. I just want to give you some other information, some things that I think will help make the lessons even better. So
Okay, sure.
is it
Yeah,
okay if I give you a call tomorrow after like 6 or 7?
Yeah,
Or-
no problem. Yeah, no problem.
Sounds good.
Okay, thank you.
All right, thank you, sir. Bye now.
Bye bye.
No tutoring for me.
Yeah, you don't have to